Welcome to the Business Buyer Diaries. My name is Nathan Platter. I'm a full-time employee, and I bought a business. I did everything right, from finding the deal, handling all the due diligence on 63 opportunities, and ultimately bought a profitable gym. And boy, was I in for a big surprise as a new owner. I chronicled everything in real time, including the biggest wins to the stressful nights at 2 a.m. I'm sharing my journey without sugarcoating anything, so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. Here's today's episode.
All right. Well, today, there's gonna be a lot of meetings. I'm kind of excited. Not gonna lie. It's a Friday. It's still a work day, but I've got a handful of meetings with the accountant, with the seller for reconciling funds, with my general manager doing our weekly one-on-one review. Catching up with the business broker who's helping with the second purchase location, and then meeting with another franchisee out on the other side of the town. I figured it's crossed. I'm hoping they're wanting to sell both their clubs well, but I have no idea. They were just, asking if we could grab coffee, and I'm hoping it's because they're trying to buy more than just one or two. And so, all I have to say, a lot of driving, a lot of thinking time. I got to prep for my speech tomorrow, and I got to do that as well. Plus, work the day job. That is still important as well. And today's episode is going to be talking about more so, you know what to do, you know what needs to happen, and people are pretty good at self-diagnosing their issues. Before I get there, one hack I'm using for work is I'm focusing more on like really big whale of a project, and instead of lots of mini projects, I'm going for, I'm breaking my projects into three types. Some that are going to be, so I work in IT, so a lot of like data projects will vary on different. There's one project that I've been working on for a year, which our team has to find $100 million in annual revenue. Some project I've been working on for a year. It's a really wide range, but it'll bring in an additional 20 to like 120 million, depending on the actual sizing of it. And so that has saved my bacon, because each step that it takes, folks say, like, hey, how's the progress? And I'll say, like, hey, we're like 5% closer to there each week. So it'll take like 6 months. But as we get closer, we're able to figure out a little closer how big of an opportunity this thing is that we're working at. And keeping it vague, kind of hard to explain, unless you're in the weeds of marketing and advertising and metadata for device marketing. But anyhow, that as well as really quick win projects. Each week, when I have a one-on-one, I want to highlight like 4 or 5 total projects I'm working on. I have that one whale of a project. I have like 2 little quick win projects that take like 1 week, and then 1 or 2, maybe 3 projects that are like a month or 2 months long. Then each week there's a dopamine of, we got this win, this thing is done and off my plate. This big whale of a project is progressing more slowly. And those midterm ones are most likely the ones people are asking my director about. Like, hey, what things along? How's it coming along? Is it stuck? Is it progress? That middle one is kind of like the thorn in everyone's side kind of project. So those are coming along, but that's how I'm handling it. But no, today I wanted to talk about the self-diagnosis. So as I'm thinking about, launching all these systems, we're getting the marketing team, and I'm listening to podcasts, audio books about entrepreneurship, being a new business owner, being a fitness studio owner, selling personal training, providing nutrition guides, and like a lot of like business consulting type of content. I'm starting to do the same stuff over and over, whether it's like the mega loud gurus or the folks that like are in the weeds day to day running studios. You start to hear the same things over and over again. Every 3 months, repaying all of your members or non-members, your email list, run paid ads and track your spend. Stay within these certain parameters for what you should spend per lead, per member acquired. Host monthly events for your members, like picnics, Christmas parties, a parade, an annual birthday bash, celebrating the club. Like, you start to do the same stuff over and over. And so I'm learning at this moment, after being an owner for only a month, but having been looking to buy one of these for over a year, I don't need new information. I may need new details, like what the numbers my marketing should be, but I don't need new details about here's how to run a Facebook campaign. Here's how you promote scarce. Here's how you handle. I don't need general information. I need to execute. So right now, like, as the business is, we'll find out today how well it did last month. If it probably broke even, it might have made like 1 or 2,000. I don't know. There's a lot of first-time expenses, but I don't need to hire a business consultant or an expert at this moment to help me figure out where does the business need to go. It sounds arrogant, but I will simply ask myself, if I hired the person to come in, what would they tell me that's novel or different? Are they going to tell me about a new kind of marketing tactic, a new seasonality trend? Are they going to tell me something that is not up to par? Like, hey, you're not running any paid ads. Go run paid ads. Hey, when was the last time you had a promotion for your studio? Okay, do a friends and family free day for your studio. I offer a nutrition plan. Okay, go find a white label nutrition guidebook and in-house brand that thing, and now offer it as an upsell or a value add to a current package. Like, what's the consultant going to tell me that I'm not doing? And I can ask a lot of articles, websites, YouTube videos, podcasts, books, but if I'm starting to hear the same echo chamber over and over, and really listening to the same guru and their minions, or it's the tried and true knowledge that I just haven't executed yet. And so at this point, if like the business is flat and like, okay, how do we grow it? How do we become profitable? How do we get more members? I just say, like, I can't afford. I'll tell myself I'm not affording the consultants this month because I'm going to do it myself. And what is a good answer going to be for what we need? And with sufficient knowledge, you can self-diagnose. And the reason why I think that's valid, just a parallel story, when a kid is little, I'm like, oh, mom, dad, I have an earache, I have diarrhea or something. They don't know what's going on. All they know is they've got a problem. And they need a parent to step in and say, are you eating well? Are you drinking water? Did you get enough sleep? It's someone else at school sick, and now you need to take some silver and some fish oils and like some basic multivitamins or whatever kids say. Kids just don't know. But if you've been a kid for 30 years and now you're really a grown-up adult, and you're like, oh, my stomach is sick, or my ear hurts, or I have diarrhea. Okay, well, an adult has gone through this, they've seen this, their friends have gone through this, it kind of can self-diagnose a few things. Now, it's possible they have a rare tropical disease and they can't figure it out. It's also possible that it's the common cold, or you're eating garbage, or you're sleep deprived and your body is telling you need to make a change. And here is the feedback. You're going to have an earache, or you're going to have jitters after drinking 8 cups of coffee. Adults can self-diagnose 90% of their health issues in this example. Small business owners can self-diagnose if you've been around the block, you've seen it enough, you've heard it enough, you've done it enough. You kind of can figure out what is going on. And so you don't always be an expert 90% of the time. And so that's what you need to be aware of. You need to be in tune of. You need to be listening to your visible. You need to be gauging it for feedback. You need to be responsive to when you notice something is up. And all I have to say, start off in your business journey taking in as much knowledge as you can. Wait until you hear the same thing like 3 or 4 times, and then start to gain the wisdom of when is this knowledge applicable versus in other instances. And then take that, run with it, and then be ready to get experts for the other 10% of the time where you don't know what's going on, but you need someone. So that's where I'm at now. I'm starting to get the same things over and over, and that's a good time that I am throwing myself into the weeds on this quite a bit. Let's go meet with some people. Let's go have some consultative conversations. I am a doctor. I am able to fix things. I am smart. I am equipped. I am powerful. I am able to do a lot, and I'm able to help a lot. I'm going to give today. I'm going to share my vision, cast the dream, and the destination, and I'm going to see how I can help other people get where they're trying to go, and hopefully they can help me along the way too. And if they know where I'm going, I know where they're going. We can figure out pretty quickly if we can tag team it together, or if we're not a good fit, that's cool too. It's rock and roll.
This has been another episode of the Business Buyer Diaries. Subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. I hope you're realizing that business ownership is no cakewalk. Check the podcast notes for a link to the DIY due diligence program, the complete list of show sponsors, and for media inquiries. Music written and composed by Wes Schrock. I'm your host, Nathan Platter. Join me again on the next one.